Hello students, myself Mrs. Pooja Patil. Today we are going to conduct experiment number 6 of the subject Industrial AC Machines, which is included in your 5th semester syllabus. So this experiment number 6, which we are going to perform on 3-phase induction motor. The purpose of this particular experiment or aim of this experiment is to control the speed of given 3-phase induction motor. To control the speed of given 3-phase induction motor. Once again I will repeat it. Aim of the experiment is to control the speed of given 3-phase induction motor using the methods auto transformer method and variable frequency method. Actually, there are different types of methods available for speed control. We are going to perform 2 different experiments. So here we are doing 2 types of controls. One is speed control using auto transformer and second is speed control using variable frequency drive. Speed control using variable frequency drive. So what is the purpose of this particular practical? That is, we want to study the significance of this practical. The 3-phase induction motors, we know already while studying our theory part, we have discussed that 3-phase induction motor is the widely used induction motor in many of the industries. Therefore, it is necessary to learn the methods of speed control of 3-phase induction motor so as to understand its suitability for various applications. Means we want to discuss how we can control the speed of this particular induction motor, and once you know the availability of different methods, how we can increase the speed or we can decrease the speed, so that we can understand where this motor will be suitable for which application and at that time which method of speed control should be used. So first we will see the circuit diagram. Actually, we are going to perform 2 different methods. So first method will be use of auto transformer for speed control. So this is the circuit diagram. This is the circuit diagram. So in this circuit diagram, we see the stator and the rotor of the induction motor. Then we see 3-phase auto transformer. On the other side, you see the slip rings and brushes. You see the slip rings and brushes. So these are the 3 slip ring pair. Once again we will see, this is your main induction motor. This is your stator, this is your rotor. So on the control panel you will see 3 terminals for the stator, R, Y, B, and 3 terminals for the rotor, again R, Y, B. So this particular rotor terminals, 3 terminals will be having 3 different slip rings, and output terminals of these 3 slip rings are S dash, S dash, S dash, which will be connected through the rotor resistance starter. Now, in order to control the speed of this particular motor, we are using this 3-phase auto transformer. We are using this 3-phase auto transformer. So as we know, every transformer has got 3 input terminals and 3 output terminals. So your auto transformer will be input 3 phases as R, Y, B, and output 3 phases as again R, Y, B. On the panel you will see the supply terminals. Main supply, it will be again having 3 terminals R, Y, and B. So don't get confused among these terminals. Our purpose is that we are showing a 3-phase auto transformer, we are showing a 3-phase supply, then we are showing a 3-phase induction motor with the 3 slip rings. So everywhere nomenclature is that we are using 3 phases as R, Y, and B, with the supply as 3-phase 400 volt 50 Hz AC supply. So here is one voltmeter. This voltmeter will be used for measurement of the line voltage, and this will be measuring the current through one of the line we are connecting it in R phase, so it will be measuring the current through R phase. It will be measuring the current through R phase. So when you are connecting this particular experiment, what you have to do, you will connect supply mains to auto transformer input terminal, auto transformer output terminal. From R phase you will take two wires, one for ammeter, one for voltmeter. If you want to use the multimeter for measurement of voltage, it is not necessary connect this voltmeter. So then take only one terminal. From R phase you take one wire, connect it to the ammeter common terminal, and then its other range terminal will be connected to stator of the induction motor. Which phase? R phase. Y phase will be directly connected from auto transformer output to the stator Y, and B also from auto transformer B to stator B. On the other side, where it is a slip ring induction motor, you will be seeing C output terminals on the panel as S dash, S dash, S dash, and on the rotor resistance starter also you will see the terminals S dash, S dash, S dash. So you will be connecting the three slip ring terminals to the three stator starter terminals. So that is the circuit diagram for speed control using auto transformer. So for a first method, you will require motor and one ammeter, one voltmeter, and then at transformer also you will be requiring one tachometer to take the readings of the speed. Now we will see the second method, that is using a variable frequency input. Using a variable frequency input. So this is one way of getting a variable frequency. This will be using a motor generator set. It will be using a motor generator set. First you will use a DC motor and a DC generator. Then by changing the field winding excitation to the motor, you will run the motor, and by using flux control method you will change the speed of this motor. This motor will be coupled to this generator using a coupling, and then this generator will be using its output, giving its output voltage. Actually we are not going to use this particular method. This is the stator and the rotor. We are connecting the supply from the variable frequency voltage to the stator, but we will not use this method. Which method we are going to use is a circuit diagram. Here we are directly using an electronic equipment, that is variable frequency drive. Variable frequency drive. So this is a drive which will be directly giving you the output with a variable frequency. So you have to connect the supply to the auto transformer, just like the previous experiment. RYB to supply RYB and output RYB to VFD RYB. VFD again having 3 input terminals and 3 output terminals. Input as RYB, output as RYB. Again, to measure the current through the stator of the induction motor, you will use one ammeter and one voltmeter. That means as compared with the previous experiment, after the auto transformer, here first you will have to connect the variable frequency drive, and then output of the variable frequency drive will be used to control the speed of this particular stator. Here we are using a squirrel cage induction motor. For the first setup we were using the which type of motor? Slip ring induction motor. So here as it is a squirrel cage rotor, we don't require any connection to the rotor. Now we will be using AC main supply connected to the transformer input, transformer output connected to variable frequency drive, and output of the variable frequency drive connected to the stator. And to measure the current, you will be using one ammeter, and to measure the voltage you can use the voltmeter or a multimeter. And naturally, as we want to consider speed control, you will have to measure the speed of the motor using a tachometer. So what are the resources required? First of all, you will be having an induction motor. you will be having induction motor, then you will be using a 3-phase auto transformer, you will be using a frequency meter, tachometer, voltmeter, ammeter, rheostat, and the we are not going to use the shunt motor, so we will not be considering this particular starter and the shunt motor, because directly we are going to use the VFD drive instead of using the MG set. Instead of using the MG set, we are going to make use of VFD drive. So when performing this experiment, what precautions you have to follow? First thing, do not switch on the supply without the connections checked thoroughly by the competent staff. Means make the connections, get it checked from the staff, and then only you put on the main switch. Secondly, when you are performing the experiment, you should take a proper care and you should not touch the connection, or don't try to make any connection or alter any correction when the circuit is live. Circuit is live means when supply is in the on position, you should not touch the circuit or you should not alter the connections. Then third thing, before starting the machine, you should see that auto transformer is initially kept at the 0 output position, and afterwards you will go on increasing the voltage. Now this is about the DC motor, but we are not going to use this, so we will not discuss about this, because instead of using this motor generator set, we are making use of VFD drive. Then the resistance of the rotor resistance starter should be kept at the maximum position when switching on the supply. Always the rotor resistance starter, when you are working on the induction motor with the slip ring type, at that time rotor resistance should be initially maximum, and when you switch on the supply, afterwards step by step go on removing the resistance. What is the procedure? We will discuss the procedure. So for the circuit diagram 1, connect the circuit as shown in the diagram, then keep the 3-phase auto transformer at 0 output voltage and rotor resistance at maximum resistance position. This is the precaution which we want to take. What precautions about the auto transformer? Keep it at 0 output voltage and rotor resistance keep it at a maximum resistance position. Then switch on the supply and increase the input voltage to the stator winding up to 75% of rated voltage. Means initially you will be keeping auto transformer to 0, but then now you start to increase the voltage to a value near about 75% of rated voltage. Then decrease the rotor resistance in steps. Decrease the rotor resistance in steps and bring it to minimum resistance positions. Means to start with, you have to keep the rotor resistance to maximum position and then slowly decrease it to bring it its 0 value. That is the run position. Then note down the speed. Then note down the speed. That will be your first reading corresponding to the input voltage. How much? 75% of the rated voltage. Then increase the supply voltage to the stator winding from 80% to 100% in steps. Means your first reading will be for 75%, then 80, then 85, 90, 95 and 100. So like that you go on increasing the voltage and each time note down the speed at each value of the supply voltage. So that will be your first experiment, in which what will be your observations, what is the input voltage and what is the speed. What is the speed? Now for the second circuit diagram. Again make the connections as shown in the circuit diagram. Now this thing we are not going to use rheostat. Here, this is the procedure which is given in the manual. So if you go on in reading your manual, you will see that these are the steps which are to be used while performing the second experiment. But here as far as our experimental setup is considered, we are not using this circuit diagram, so we will not do this procedure. So what we will do is, we will directly connect the VFD drive to the motor through the auto transformer, and then we will change the frequency of supply voltage in steps using one potentiometer which is given on the VFD drive, and then using the variable frequency voltage you will change the rotor speed of the induction motor, and hence note down the values of frequency of input supply voltage to the induction motor. So what I want to say is that actually in your manual they are given the experimental setup which is slightly different, and for that setup this is the procedure given, but we are not using that particular setup, but instead of that we are making use of a VFD drive which is an electronic drive, and it is having one calibrated potentiometer with the display showing the actual frequency. So move on the potentiometer and change the frequency of supply voltage. Note down the frequency. Whenever you change the frequency, it will change the rotor speed of induction motor. So for different values of frequency of input supply voltage using frequency meter, note down the induction motor speed using a tachometer. So remember here, though the manual is showing so many steps, actually we are using a slightly different setup. So we are making use of a VFD, so we don't need to start the DC motor generator set. We don't need to start the DC motor generator set because our supply is readily available with the variable frequency. So observations. So for the first circuit, that is using the auto transformer, as I have told, you have to note down the reading just starting from 75% of supply voltage, note down the speed, then 80%, 85%, 90%, like that up to 100%, and each time we will have to note down the speed. For second circuit diagram, you will note down the variable frequency VFD drives output voltage, how much is the output voltage, it will be kept constant, and then you can change the frequency of the VFD. That frequency will be measured in terms of hertz. Note down the frequency starting from 50 for 48 hertz, 45 hertz, then 42 hertz and 40 hertz. Like that, change the frequency in steps and again note down the speed in RPM. Once you note down these two particular observation tables, one for auto transformer and one for VFD drive, what readings you will be having for first setup, voltage and the speed, and for second, variable frequency versus speed. So you have to plot the graphs. On x-axis you take down the voltage and on y-axis you take down the speed for the first setup. So as you go on increasing the voltage, the speed will go on increasing. So that graph will be a rising graph. Now about the second setup, what do you think? We know that the synchronous frequency of the induction motor stator flux Ns is 120 F by P. So if you change the frequency, Ns will change, hence actual rotor speed will also change. So when you decrease the frequency, synchronous speed will change, also the motor speed will also decrease. So here as we increase the voltage, speed will increase, and here as you decrease the frequency, speed will decrease. So you have to plot two different graphs, one for voltage versus the speed and other for variable frequency versus the speed. Once you draw the two graphs, from the graph you have to write down the result, then interpretation and conclusion. So in the result, what you have to write? With the increase in the stator supply voltage, there is a corresponding dash dash dash, means you have to observe the graph and you have to write here whether it is increase or decrease in the speed. Similarly, for second setup, as the speed of induction motor increases, the speed of induction motor increases as the supply frequency dash 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 means supply frequency increases, then speed increases, or supply frequency decreases, then speed increases. That you have to observe and you have to write it in the result, and then you have to make the interpretation of this result. That is, what is your observation, what you think about the variation in the speed, then what method will be preferred for the speed variation, and then you have to write down the conclusion. So this is all about experiment number 6. Here you don't need to do any calculation, just perform the connections with taking proper precaution, start the motor, note down the speed for different values of voltage or different values of frequency, then plot the graph, and once you plot the graph, from the graph you have to write down the result, interpretation and the conclusion. So here we will stop, and then in the part 2 we will be performing the actual experimental setup in the laboratory. Okay, so stop here.